Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
It is a gorgeous early Friday evening here in New York City, and it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the first of three from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. The final weekend of the season at home here at the stadium. And the Yankees play the Diamondbacks, and they will send Luke Weaver out to the mound. What do we know about Luke?
Well, I know he's been with 3 teams in 1 year. He started off the year with the Cincinnati Reds, went on to Seattle, all of a sudden made a start last week for the New York Yankees. And threw okay, kind of changed his arsenal, threw a lot more cutters, gave the Yankees a chance to win, and they end up winning that game against Pittsburgh.
Now, if you look at his numbers, how things have changed, Paul just said the cutter is more prevalent with the Yankees in that Saturday game. Everything else is about the same. Now, one of the guys that he has to worry about is one of the best players in baseball. He's definitely going to win the National League Rookie of the Year, and that's Corbin Carroll. This kid does it all.
No doubt about it. When you look at numbers and you say first time ever, I mean, 25 home runs and 50-plus stolen bases, I mean, that is something. And, you know, they have put a lot of stock in him. They said they signed him to an 8-year deal after 32 major league games. So he is the real deal. He is something to be reckoned with at the plate.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be a great kid as well. Everybody loves him. Great guy to market. And the Diamondbacks ran into one here. 286, 25 home runs, 109 runs scored. 50 stolen bases, as Paul mentioned. OPS is great. 5.3 WAR. That's the 9th best in the National League. Now, the Yankees are still playing meaningful games. They're not officially out of it yet, but they are playing spoiler. How are they approaching that? We'll have more next with Justin Shackle right here on Yes.
Welcome back to Yankees baseball on Yes. First pitch in the Bronx is coming up as the Yankees open their final home series of the regular season against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hey everybody, I'm Justin Shackle. Over their final 9 games, the Yankees are facing 2 teams still contending for spots in the postseason in the D-backs and the Blue Jays. I asked manager Aaron Boone if he feels obligated to those clubs to put forth his best possible lineup each game.
First and foremost is as our house and our people are the most important, but absolutely there's a responsibility to look. We got, you know, just over a week to go. We want to play well, and you know, look, some guys will get some breaks and whatever, but we want to go out and put our best foot forward and win ball games, and you know, that won't change.
Leading off for the Yankees tonight will be the lefty Estevan Florial as DJ LeMahieu gets his first break in over a week. Aaron Judge and Gleyber Torres will follow Florial in the lineup. Following this break, we'll have first pitch. It's Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill with the call here in the Bronx. Yankees and D-backs coming up next on Yes.
Well, we're back here at Yankee Stadium. We'll get our first look with our own eyes at Corbin Carroll, such a good player. Now we get a look at the Diamondbacks starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Carroll's going to lead off, batting second. Ketel Marte hitting third. Tommy Pham came over from the Mets. He's been great for the Diamondbacks. Christian Walker at first. Alec Thomas in center. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., the DH, having a good year. Gabriel Moreno has been outstanding behind the plate. Came over from the Blue Jays. Jace Peterson at third. And Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop, is going to bat ninth. And that lineup is facing the Yankee right-hander Luke Weaver. So with Cincinnati, Seattle, and the Yankees, this will be his 24th start. He's 2-5, 6.77. You see the rest of his numbers. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
But second time around, the Yankees debut on Saturday in Pittsburgh. He threw 4 innings, had 7 strikeouts, and the Yankees won that game. And many more cutters. He 46% opposed to 8% the past years. So he has changed the way he pitches. And here's Johnny talking about Burrito. 9 up, 9 down after Weaver last week. So we'll see if that trend continues.
So here is the presumptive National League Rookie of the Year. You see the numbers. Also, you add 50 stolen bases, and he is the real deal playing right field for the Diamondbacks, 23 years old. And Austin Wells needs a new pitch comm. So as he's doing it, we'll now check out the defense presented by Buick. Cabrera is in left, Florial is in center, and then Aaron Judge over in right. Stands the DH. In the infield, you've got Peraza at third, Volpe plays short, Torres at second, Jake Bauers, the big 3-run first inning home run yesterday. He's at first. Austin Wells, who's getting new electronics, is behind the plate, catching Luke Weaver. All right, Paul, let's go to the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, all eyes on Carroll, no doubt about it. I mean, when you get a talent like this come into the ballpark, you get a chance to see him in the home stretch. The final home series of this schedule, the D-backs are in the playoff race, so an important game. And the running game, Arizona has 156 steals, which is third in baseball. And they don't give up steals. They got the best throwing catcher in the game, a Marino, that's over 40% of throwing out runners.
First pitch of strike. We're underway here in the Bronx. Count 1-1. Diamondbacks 81-72. Yankees 77-76. Diamondbacks in a pretty good position playoff-wise right now. 1-2. They have the second wild card in the National League. They've won 10 of 14 and 5 straight, just when they needed to. And while they're doing that, the Cubs have lost 10 of their last 13. Foul back to the screen.
That's funny. You look at Corbin Carroll, and you know, he wins Rookie of the Year. Like, yeah, I heard of him. But now with the new scheduling, you know, you get an opportunity to see these guys come into the city. It's fun to watch them take the field in Yankee Stadium.
Swing and a miss. He chased a pitch up in the zone. Carroll down on strikes.
Well, you said it, Michael. Out of the strike zone, this ball just explodes up there and just continues to rise. Carroll goes chasing. Way under the baseball.
So here's Marte having a bounce back season, tied with Carroll with 9 triples. Most in the National League. Actually, they're tied with the Orioles' Gunnar Henderson for the most in Major League Baseball. One and one. In the month of September, Marte is hitting .333. Gets on base, .361 on base percentage. Popped up. Peraza in foul territory. 2 outs. And that brings up Tommy Pham. Traded to Arizona from the Mets at the deadline for minor leaguer Jeremy Rodriguez. And the Diamondback team has fell in love with his energy and intensity. And he's hit very well, too. Oh-1 on Pham, playing left field. And that's slowed down by Weaver. Barehanded by Volpe, and he gets Pham for the final out. Nice play by the rookie shortstop. You score 1-6-3. Diamondbacks go down in order. Yankees coming to bat. First inning for Luke Weaver. Now it's the Yankees' turn, and this is the order they'll come up. The starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. And leading off for the Yankees, their center fielder Estevan Florial. Aaron Judge in right, Gleyber Torres at second. Austin Wells will catch and clean up. Giancarlo Stanton, the DH, will bat fifth. Batting sixth, playing first base, Jake Bauers. Anthony Volpe, the shortstop, bats seventh. Batting eighth, Oswaldo Cabrera, he's in left. And playing third base and batting ninth, it's Oswald Peraza. And that lineup is going to face the Diamondbacks right-hander, Yeah, that's a mouthful right there. A lot of vowels. Brendan Fought. This will be his 17th start, 2-8, 5.86. You see the numbers. Let's check out the Nissan Pictures scouting report.
Well, he's got a rough recipe. 5th highest fly ball rate in the National League with the 6th highest home run rate per 9. So he's got a good breaking ball, 159, but he can't get to it. His four-seamer's been getting hit at 322. Quick hook. Torey Lovallo has said, past his top 2 starters, he's not going to give them very long of a leash. He'll get to the bullpen.
Well, the top 2 starters, Gallen and Kelly, 3.49 ERA. Everybody else 5.71. And one thing though, they do have a pretty good bullpen. This Luke Weaver coming out the mound. I think he's still married, but they made him take the wedding ring off. Now that makes sense though, if you think about it, because when you roll up the baseball, if you got a wedding ring on, if it's a little jagged, you can put a cut on the ball.
But most of the wedding rings now are what they call those CrossFit wedding, the rubber. I got one on right here. You feel it, Michael? See that?
Yeah, but I think his was metal.
Oh, all right. Well,
see, mine's metal.
Well, of course it is. You don't do CrossFit.
I just think that's easier for people to take it off.
Oh.
You go to a bar, boom, it's off. That's not good.
I lose a lot of things.
Okay.
You lose this one, you just go buy another rubber band and throw it on there.
Well, where's your real wedding band?
Oh, it's at home, right by my father's wedding ring.
All right. 2-2.
A rumor had it, Michael, to your point, that Whitey Ford used to do that. Wear the wedding ring to kind of scuff up the baseball. That's just a rumor, though. Rumor has it. That's a little Adele for you, I think, isn't it?
As Florial goes down on strikes. Let's check out the defense presented by Buick. It's pretty good defense. It's an excellent defense, by the way. Pham, Thomas, and Carroll. Left to right, Thomas can go get it in center. In the infield is Peterson, Perdomo, Marte, and Walker. Walker, Gold Glove winner over at first base. Moreno, you can't run on him. And on the mound is Fought. And he will face Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is struggling of late. Last 14 games, 10 of 48 with just 1 home run. One.
Well, Michael, you mentioned their defense. 52 errors as a team is the fewest in the major league. So they don't give away games. You have to beat them, but they're middle of the road pitching, middle of the road offense.
There's a base hit for Judge. In the gap, cutting over is Thomas. Judge going for 2. The throw is not in time. He smelled an extra base hit and took off.
A lot of good things happen. A great swing, a line drive. And then Aaron Judge, this play is in front of you as a hitter. As you're going down first base, you're kind of judging in the gap, if you have a shot. And right there, you make up your own mind. No coach is going to help you. Aaron Judge moved very well.
He did not seem to be hindered by that toe at all. He was really picking him up and putting him down. Here's Torres. Foul back to the screen.
You start smelling the finish line, Michael. In a race or at the end of the season, you might as well just lay it out there, right?
Strike. 0-2 on Gleyber. Since the beginning of August, that's 43 games, Gleyber hitting .314 with a .405 on base percentage. Now the home plate umpire is Nick Marley, so let's give him a look. Pitcher friendly, sorry Paul, 7th big league season, 3rd most extra strikes in the majors, more high strikes, more outside strikes, more strikes.
Needle's not all the way at the bottom. We had Barrett the other day. That needle should have just gone around like a spinning wheel, as the strike zone did.
Foul back.
It's funny you mentioned his name, Fought. What's that What's Vanna White on Wheel of Fortune, right? I mean, you can buy vowels. You could buy as many letters as you want. You're not going to spell that name.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Silent P, couple of A's. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. Just a 7% chance of rain, 66 degrees, humidity 63%, the wind out of the east-northeast, 10 miles per hour. Let's hope it stays that way over the weekend.
I don't like your chances.
Just try to be positive, Paul.
Yeah.
You know I'm a glass half full guy.
You know, that storm might come to a red light and take a right.
There you go. One, two. Check swing. Fought Fields. As Judge moves to third with 2 outs. So that's going to bring up Austin Wells, connected for his first home run the other night. A majestic shot into the second deck, right down the right field line. And batting cleanup today to split up the righties Torres and Stanton. Perdomo shades up the middle. Skied the other way and out of play. Take a look at that first home run on Wednesday.
It was in a kind of a blowout game, but still, as we said that night, you'll never forget your first home run, and that was a shot into the second deck.
Chop to third. Jace Peterson with the throw, and that'll do it. As Judge is stranded at third, we go to the second. 0-0. Walker is going to lead off the top of the second, so we have to find out about this guy. Let's check out the Genesis hitter scouting report. Tell us, Paul.
Well, he was a late bloomer. He broke out as a starter. He was 28 years old. I mean, he was kind of blocked by Paul Goldschmidt. Was there for years. Big power, though. 36 home runs, 94 RBIs last year. 30 home runs, 94 RBIs this year. So he can put the ball out of the ballpark, and he is a Gold Glove also. Was last year, probably will be again this year.
Yeah, it's a great story. He was waived by the Orioles in 2017. Bounced from the Braves to the Reds to the Diamondbacks. Oh, what a play by Peraza. Just robbed him of an extra base hit.
Well, that's one thing we've said. You don't have to worry about Peraza defensively. I mean, he's a great defensive player. And I think the more he plays the position, the better he's going to get.
Here's Alec Thomas. Terrific defender, pretty much the regular center fielder, but he doesn't play against lefties. On those days, they start Jake McCarthy or they move Corbin Carroll over to center. That one's up the middle and just under the glove of Volpe, who got there but couldn't corral it. So a base hit for Thomas.
You look at his stance, it's open now, and the leg kick's a little smaller. He was actually struggling early in the year and sent down. He worked on some things, and that was it. A smaller leg kick, open in his stance to see the ball a little bit more. He's been a much better hitter. You see that ball hit the crease of the grass in the dirt and just stay down on Volpe.
Here is Gurriel. Paul, I'll tell you, we just saw Toronto, and Dalton Varsho's a good player for them. But what a deal the Diamondbacks made. They sent Dalton Varsho to Toronto. Toronto sent Gurriel and Gabriel Moreno to the Diamondbacks. That's a great trade for Arizona.
Well, it's turned around their organization. They got off to a tremendous start this year. They've been a little streaky, but I mean, Gurriel, a first-year All-Star this year after a trade, so he has helped, no doubt about it. It's at 24 home runs, which is a career high, so, you know, sometimes change helps.
And Moreno is a real deal behind the plate. You can't run against the guy. And in a sport now where they accentuate the running game and everybody runs, they don't run against the Diamondbacks. Gurriel is in the final season of a 7-year, $22 million deal. So what a bargain for Toronto and for Arizona. He's a free agent at the end of this year. 29 years old.
It's amazing. You hear 7 years, $22 million. You think, wow. And then it's almost a joke compared to what some of these contracts are, huh?
Did he go? No, he did not. So Nick Marley's behind the plate. That's Vic Carapazza at first, Adam Hamari at second, and Clint Vondrak is over at third. Ground ball, Volpe. There's one. And there's two. The inning-ending double play. Yankees coming to bat at the bottom of the second. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the new Defender 130. 8 seats, infinite adventures. By the New York Lottery, get out there and play. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 or over. And by Stop and Shop. Feed the moment. Wells and Weaver going over things, and Garrett Cole was in that conversation as well. There he is.
Last night, Garrett Cole really going over a lot with Weaver. And I mean, why not learn from the best, right? I mean, when you look what Garrett Cole did last night, I mean, if that didn't solidify the Cy Young, I don't know. I mean, he was so good. He leads the league in ERA. Got over 200 innings pitched, his highest in the WAR. I mean, second in wins. I mean, you go down that leaderboard, there's no excuse if Garrett Cole does not take home the trophy this year.
Still 1-2. Early BP yesterday, Stanton on the field, working with Sean Casey. He's struggling mightily. Last 11 games, 2 for 39, and he's working hard to try to get out of it. The 2 for 39, both of those left the yard. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes.
If you watch him, I mean, just see how far he gets out on his front foot. And that when you lunge to your front foot, that's going to take your upper body with it. And you just have to make up too much ground. You don't have time to really pick up the baseball. See, the shoulder goes out. There's not a lot of balance right there. He kind of spreads his feet and doesn't stride a lot to try to keep that balance, but he's still lunging to that front side.
One and two on Bowers. Fault's 24 years old, made his major league debut on May 3rd. He struggled this year, but coming off a very good game last Friday against the Cubs. 5 1/3 shutout innings in a win that started the series sweep. As Bowers goes down on strikes, but he was pulled out for 73 pitches, and Torey Lovullo said he's going to manage with a quick hook. They're in a pennant race, and he's going to do that, and they have a good bullpen.
A good sinker right there. And if you break down his arsenal, and he throws 7 pitches. I mean, he throws the whole kitchen sink at you. Sinker, fastball, cutter, changeup, curves. He's got it all. So as a hitter, you know, look for the baseball and just adjust to it.
Oh, 2 on Volpe. Miami, I'd say trailing Milwaukee.
Wow.
12-0 bottom of the second. That's not what you want.
That's one of the teams that are trying to chase the Diamondbacks. So that's a big score for them.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. That's a strong inning for Fought. He strikes out the side. We go to the third. Aaron Judge for the 2023 Roberto Clemente Award presented by Capital One, recognizing players who best represent the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente21. Pretty impressive inning for Fought. Weaver now against the bottom third of the order. Here's Moreno. And a strike.
The 7th consecutive strike. First pitch strike for Weaver. 7 for 7.
Another catch by Peraza.
Well, got in on him a little bit. He had a little more time in the play before.
Here's Jace Peterson. He started the season with the A's, Peterson did, and was traded on July 31st to Arizona, and he's going to finish about 35 or 40 games higher in the standings. He is splitting time at third base with Emmanuel Rivera and Evan Longoria. Oh, 2 on Peterson. We're in the third inning. First game of a 3-game set. Soft ground ball. Volpe gets Peterson. 2 away. You mentioned the other day Garrett Cole was working with Weaver in the dugout, just going over grips, and is doing the same thing in Pittsburgh as well. What an education for a pitcher.
Yeah.
And Cole is amazingly generous with his time to his teammates.
You know, it's funny too, Michael, because there are guys. I mean, you would talk about hitting. I would go back and I just do what I do. I mean, they don't break it down. But Garrett Cole, I mean, you've seen his knowledge of the game on how to pitch, and you know what makes the ball do this or that, and his thought process behind every pitch. So he is truly a student, no doubt about it.
Perdomo with a single up the middle. Weaver Lowbridge got out of the way. And that's going to bring up Corbin Carroll. Struck out in the first inning.
Perdomo, part of that 156 stolen base. He's got 16 on his own. So
let's check out Febreze fresh stats on Corbin. 25 home runs and 50 stolen bases. First rookie in Major League history to do that. Nice company yourself.
you hear those stats, Michael, and you don't think of 5'10", 165 pounds, huh? That's Corbin Carroll.
Well, he's a little bit heavier than that because his wallet has $111 million in it. 30. You said this at the start, Paul. 32 games into his career, the Diamondbacks signed him to an 8-year, $111 million extension. He was the 16th pick in the first round in 2019. Arizona took him out of high school. Talking to some Diamondback people, quiet guy, not showy, actually carries a chessboard around with him on the road.
Chess?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can barely play checkers, so I've never really moved over to chess.
Chess frustrates me because it can last forever, or you can get smoked at the beginning. You know, it's just like there's too much thinking involved. You know, games are supposed to be fun, right?
I guess for some people, thinking is fun.
I guess Bobby Fischer thought it was kind of fun.
Yeah. You watched the Queen's Gambit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was good. That was fun.
I told you I'm into suits now.
I know.
Oh, heavy. I'm addicted.
Swing and a miss. Carroll down on strikes for the second time. No runs a hit. One man left. We go to the bottom of the third. Time for memorable moments in Yankees history, presented by Prevagen, the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. Game 5, 2001. Scott Brocious, second night in a row off of young Kim, ties the game. Then Alfonso Soriano brings home Chuck Knobloch. What a 3-game set against the Diamondbacks in New York. Game 3. The president throws out that amazing first pitch, then the Tino home run, then the Brocious home run. Those are 3 of the best nights I ever spent.
You know what? If that would have been a 5-game series, it might have been one of the best World Series ever played. I don't know if it's because I was retiring or what, but that's what I remember of that World Series, is those 3 games at home.
Cabrera with a single as he continues his hot streak. Now, you're not going to agree with this because obviously it didn't end the way the Yankees would want it to end. But if you have one memorable game in a World Series, well, that's a good World Series. Mm-hmm. 2, unbelievable.
Yeah.
3,
and no days off in between, just back to back to back, right?
And although the Yankees lost in Game 7, that was an incredibly memorable game.
Unbelievable. And you know, I was watching the big Soriano hit.
Knocked down by Fott. Knocked down again, and everybody's safe as Peraza reaches. So what would have been a double play turns into first and second, nobody out.
Yeah, big break for the Yankees. Nobody out, 2 men on now. Ball right back up the middle. Fott not able to come up with it. Can't come up with it again. Gets nothing. Yeah, Michael, back to that point. If you know that big game-winning hit by Soriano, and then the home run that he hit in Game 7.
Yep.
I mean, that changes his legacy as a Yankee. I mean, if everything goes well, Mariano does what he usually does 99.9% of the time. But you remember 2001 World Series for what Soriano did.
Yep. He would be part of Yankee lore forever because that home run was just amazing, and you figured that's it. The Yankees were going to win a championship. So that's the fielder's choice in an E1.
Funny, I was passing in the hall. I saw Luis Gonzalez, who does the telecast for Arizona.
Give him an elbow?
And he started talking to me. I said, you know, I still have trouble looking at you in the eye. I said, could you hit the ball hard? Don't get a jam shot to win a World Series. He said, you know, you can't win them all. He laughed. But you know what? It's still, it's amazing. It's been that long. It's just really amazing.
There's Gonzalez in the middle. I mean, I know how you are. That's the last baseball game you ever played. It probably still sticks with you.
I remember every play. I remember my last at bat. I remember walking out in the tunnel. It was, yeah, unbelievable.
And that was also the series that started the Paul O'Neill chant, where I'm in the radio booth with John and I'm getting choked up, and I can't even imagine what you were going through. It was tough for you because the Yankees are trailing. They ended up winning that game, but that was the Paul O'Neill chant.
Yeah, it's something you don't practice. You don't know what. It took me a while to figure out what they were saying. New York fans are pretty good at getting in unison of things.
That was amazing. 1-2. Served the other way. It is a foul ball. Yeah, I don't know how you kept it together.
Well, I didn't get my hit the next time up, so obviously. But
no, you didn't.
No, I ran in and I remember tipping my cap, but it's not like you can, really do anything in the field because, like you said, I mean, we're losing a World Series game.
Right.
That's the most important thing. It's not that you're going away or going away. The game still goes on, but you got an opportunity to win a World Series. That's what's so cool about retiring after that, is because you don't think about anything other than what's going on, where your feet are in the World Series.
Strike 3, Florial down looking. So 1 down. That'll bring up Judge.
Well, it gets a lot of plate. Florial just kind of locks up. Looking fastball away. He had a couple pitches in that at bat. Sometimes he kind of just holds on to the bat where he doesn't kind of release it. And he's got such great, physical talent as far as power, being able to run. He's just become a little more loose at the plate. I think he's going to be fine.
Judge hits one deep to right center field. There it goes. See ya. A lone home run into the Yankee bullpen. A 3-run shot. 3-0 Yanks.
Wow. Aaron Judge is going to laugh about that one. What a stinking bullet. 33rd of the year. Michael, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going on the road, but I went and talked to Aaron Judge today. I just happened to say, hey, you know what? Finish up strong. It's my last weekend. So that's Miami. We came back here, and again, but I can't make the road trip. I'm sorry.
He keeps doing this. When you keep doing that, you're going to have to do 162 games next year.
That'd be quite a year, right?
Well, we told you coming in, he's been struggling. 10 for 48 with just 1 home run, so he's a double and a home run in this one.
It goes back to extra outs, though. Cabrera has a great at bat, gets a base hit, then you get a double play ball, you get no outs, get a big strikeout, and then Aaron Judge, puts 3 on the board. So it goes by giving teams extra outs and giving Aaron Judge that opportunity with 2 men on, where you pretty much have to pitch to him.
$33 home runs, and he's going to end up missing a quarter of the season, if not a little bit more. So he was actually on pace to have a similar season to last year. I'm not saying he would have hit 62 home runs, but Paul, he looked locked in at the beginning before he hurt his toe in LA.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking to him about on the field. It's just like, it's not like you can turn it off in your head to watch a wall or this, but he was having a spectacular year. I mean, who's to say he wouldn't have hit 50 or 60 again?
Guys in the bullpen like it.
All rise, huh?
Austin Wells goes the other way out of play.
Boy, in slow motion, fast motion, it all looks the same. Aaron Judge just has a prolific power swing. And we talked about it last night. You just don't realize how big a man he is and how much power he can generate. I think that's one of the biggest things that come to my mind is he doesn't have to change anything to hit home runs. He's big. He has a slight uppercut. When he hits the ball, it's a home run. Whether he pulls it, goes to center field, right field, it doesn't matter. Where most people have to try to change a little bit to become home run hitters.
Wells, another foul ball. 2-2. Swing and a miss. So 3 more strikeouts, 7 in 3 innings for Fought, but he could not corral Aaron Judge. One swing. When it lands in the back of the bullpen, it's 3-0 Yankees. Follow Yes Network on TikTok for more content. Cadillac scoreboard, Yankees 3-0 over the Diamondbacks as Aaron Judge put him ahead with a 3-run home run. Marte will lead off against Luke Weaver. And the pitch to Marte is inside 1-0. Second trip to New York in a couple of weeks for the Diamondbacks. They played the Mets and they didn't perform that well against the Mets. So they want to do a little bit better here against the Yankees. Yankees trying to stay over 500. Pretty good manager, Torey Lovullo. Was a Yankee for a little bit.
In his 7th season. Manager of the year in 2017. Made it to the playoffs his rookie year. They haven't been back since, but looks like they are on a fast track this year to possibly get back.
According to Fangraphs, they have an 86.4% chance to make the playoffs this year, where they are right now with this many games remaining. Popped up. Called off by Cabrera. Volpe moves out of the way. Oswaldo makes the play. 1 down.
Well, Michael, we talked about how he's using that cut fastball a lot more, and that's what a cut fastball will do to lefties. You know, you pick it up late and you're just beat a little bit. And a lot of easy ground balls and just can't quite get to it, so you pop it up also.
There's Tommy Pham. Pham made some news this week in an athletic story about the Mets. He said, out of all the teams I've played on, this is the least hardest working group of position players I've ever played with. Kind of a damning statement, but he said he wasn't talking about Lindor or Alonso. So then you start to do the math. Well, who exactly are you talking about? And Buck Showalter said he thinks that all of his players work hard. It's kind of a damning accusation to the players and the manager. But Jeff McNeil, who was not one of the ones absolved and wasn't pointed to but wasn't absolved, he said everybody works at their own pace in baseball. He said, you know, I respect Pham because he's been on a lot of teams, but you know, we know how hard we have to work.
Yeah, I don't know that a lot of fans, I mean, because baseball's a game that most people play when they're young, you know, and you know, you might have a catch in the backyard, but then you know, you go play the games on the weekend. But I don't know people understand you know, the work that's involved at this level and in the minor leagues. I mean, it's hours upon hours before the game, infield, batting practice. But when I look back at it, it's really not work. That's fun. I mean, to hit in the cage. I mean, Don Mattingly just left town. To hit in the cage with Mattingly for an hour, 500 swings each, and then go take batting. That's fun. That's not really work. You know, it's part of becoming better and getting ready for the game. But those are the times. Actually, when I look back at what you miss in baseball, or things like that.
Popped up. Torres makes the play. I mean, what fans see is, the 2.5 to 3 glorious hours of baseball on the field. But,
right.
I mean, you have to look at the work that the coaches put in. I mean, for night games, some of them get here 10, 11 in the morning, and they're going over scouting reports and looking at video and breaking stuff down, trying to make everybody better. And the players work just as hard.
It's a longer day now with all the analytics and all the, the information out there. I used to think Buck Showalter would get to the ballpark at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and think, man, what is he doing all this time? And now you're right, Michael. I mean, you're talking about 12 o'clock. Guys showing up to the ballpark to get ready for tonight's game.
High fly ball left field and deep. Cabrera back. In front of the track, he makes the play. And the Diamondbacks go down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Cadillac scoreboard, Yankees 3 and the Diamondbacks nothing. That's Josh Isaacs there. He's the producer of the pre and the post game. He's got the day off. There he is. I mean, sees the camera and lights up. That's just wrong.
I don't think I've ever seen him without a smile on his face. I know that.
Wow. Stanton fouls it back. If Curry or Lorenz or Flaherty did that to the camera, he'd be yelling in their ear. But no. Different rules. All right, so put yourself in Giancarlo's head right now. What would you tell him to do?
It's so backwards in thinking is you got to wait. You feel like you're late on the fastball, which you right there.
Right.
But you're telling a guy to wait when he's late, which doesn't make sense. But the longer you wait, the more time you have to see it, the quicker you are. So he's getting to his front side too quick, which makes you drag the bat, which actually makes you a little slower.
So he should just go back stay on his back leg more?
Well, it's not even going back. It's just not lunging forward. I mean, when you lunge forward, I mean, here I am lunging forward in the booth. Your head, everything moves. And, the less movement, the better.
And then when you're late on the fastball, you start early, and then you're susceptible to breaking ball.
You think I got to cheat a little bit, and then all of a sudden you don't, you swing before you really pick up the ball, and you have seen him swing some pitches where you kind of scratch your head at.
Fly ball center field. One away.
See, he's kind of reaching and really spread out there. It's just there's not a lot of balance. The front side is kind of collapsing, and he usually is, not much of a much movement. He just kind of stands there and uses his natural strength just to drive the ball.
When he met with the media, I believe it was after Wednesday's game, he has been so great through all of his struggles. He doesn't blame anybody. He doesn't blame the fans. Said I'd boo me too. And he's always great with everybody, with a microphone, a notepad. And maybe I'm off base, but he looked despondent to me. Like, I'm terrible. I mean, he used that word. What do you think when you see it's terrible? He's just, it seems like he's at a loss. But the one thing he wanted to put across, he said, I'm working really hard.
Yeah.
And he does. He's out early and he wants to succeed. It just hasn't happened.
And if you, just like you, Michael, if some fan says, do you like Stanton? Everybody says yes. I mean, he's polite. He's nice. He does what he's supposed to do. He's accountable. He's everybody takes it back. Well, look, he was an MVP. Well, you don't have to be an MVP every single year to be a great baseball player. And, I just think, first of all, he's got to get healthy. And you're going to need the offseason, whether it's through the Yankees trainers or through a private trainer. You've got to get your body where that's not a thought. The thought is hitting, playing the outfield, playing the game instead of worrying about, something hurting. And it makes the game much harder when you're not healthy.
Mattingly was his manager when he won the MVP with the Marlins. And he said that Stanton, as Volpe, Rips that one down the left field line. That's going to be an extra base hit for Anthony. A 2-out double. He said Stanton was sneaky fast, sneaky really good outfielder, and a really good base runner. And because he has problems with lower body now, those things have been taken away.
Yeah, the spinner up there, line down the left field line. And Volpe, you see how he kind of posts up on that front leg, and that keeps you behind the ball a little bit, gives you a little more time to extend, and that's what he's doing well now. But I agree, Michael. It wasn't, a couple years ago when we were saying, he's a better player when he plays the field.
Right.
And, he was playing good outfield. I think a lot of his problems, as DJ LeMahieu did in the first half, were caused by injuries. And I think the DJ got off to a start this year that he thought he was healthy, but I think he had some bad habits by being unhealthy last year and having injuries.
That'll do it in the fourth. Yankees strand one on the comeback, or we go to the fifth. Welcome back to the stadium. Top of the fifth inning on the outing scoreboard. 3-4-0 for the Yankees. 3-run home run by Aaron Judge. 0-2-1 for the Diamondbacks. Luke Weaver pitching very, very well. 4 scoreless. Here's Thomas. And there's a strike. I mean, just the week that he has spent at Cole Community College has really affected him.
He's learning how to be efficient, I tell you that. 44 pitches going into this inning. 10 in the first, 8, 12 in the third, and 14 in the fourth. So hadn't even hit a 20 pitch inning yet.
Michael, Paul, let's see if you guys see this, what Aaron Boone sees, because you have Weaver and Wells working together as the battery. And I think Aaron Boone's really into boy bands, because recently he said Austin Wells was one of the long-lost Jonas Brothers. Today he told Susan Wallman he thinks that Luke Weaver is the spitting image of Lance Bass.
Yeah.
The band In Sync.
I see
that.
it. Yeah.
All I know is Weaver's 30 years old. He looks like he's 12. But I do see the Lance Bass a little bit. But
absolutely.
One of the boy bands, Wells comes to the plate. It's amazing to me, to a Led Zeppelin song. What the heck's he know about Led Zeppelin? He's young.
Drilled down the right field line to the right of the pole. Well, there are young people like the Beatles.
I guess. I don't know. But don't get me wrong. I love it. When he comes to the plate, I'm ready for Zeppelin. All right, so you're coming to the plate. You can come into Springsteen, right?
Maybe Springsteen, or maybe something goofy like Build Me a Buttercup.
That was your big wedding song. I do remember that. Audrey, you're coming up to Taylor Swift for sure, right? Justin?
I'm coming up with something really intense.
Really?
Really intense. I'm not Beautiful People by Marilyn Manson. Something that hits hard. Something with bass.
Marilyn Manson.
Wow. I don't know if the speakers are big enough to crank Marilyn Manson.
Wow.
Molly, how about you back there? Oh, yeah. See, I tested her on AC/DC. Now she's coming to the plate to AC/DC. James?
Shackle looks like he came off the pages of Archie Comics. And like he's giving us Marilyn Manson.
Whatever.
Got a Riverdale High.
James can't even answer. He has to write it down. He's so used to writing his notes. Any Up by M.O.P. I like that.
Wow.
There you go, Jake.
Solid choice.
I'm going to put that on my playlist tomorrow to work out.
2-1 on Gurriel.
Paul, I promise you, put Beautiful People on your playlist for Marilyn Manson. You'll get to another level here.
Man, I'll be banging my head against the wall. I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Do we have to put on the white makeup, too?
Exactly.
Fly ball, right field. Judge is there. I mean, it just doesn't fit. Look at him. Like he just got out of like just got out of church on Sunday. He's listening to Marilyn Manson.
My wife just stood up off the couch. How cute is he, right?
If we kept that picture up, Neverly would be thrilled, right?
I tell you get to a certain age, you're allowed to have little crushes on the young kid.
I guess. Once she gets a load of the Marilyn Manson, he's out.
Out.
Yep.
She's not a big fan of Marilyn Manson, believe me. All right, let's finish this up. So Jody would walk to the plate to who?
She likes country music.
Country?
Yeah, she likes country.
Nobody likes country. I think she'd probably pick either Mellencamp or Bon Jovi.
Well, Bon Jovi's not country, though.
No, but she's into the pop country stuff now. The Highway, right?
Mm-hmm. And Jody likes yacht rock, too.
That's too sleepy to walk to the plate, too, though.
Oh and 2 on Moreno. We're in the 5th inning. Oh and 2 on Moreno. Two outs here in the 5th. Diamondbacks have been held to 2 hits. One and 2. Fly ball down the right field line and out of play. Moreno battling Luke Weaver. Diamondbacks know Luke Weaver. He was in that uniform for a while. Moreno was not on the team then. Two and 2. What an at bat for Moreno.
You break down Weaver. I mean, he came into the game being a #1 draft pick of the St. Louis Cardinals. So, you know, there were high hopes for him. And maybe he's found a home. Who knows?
Oh, grabbed there by Volpe. And it gets past Bowers into foul territory. Moreno running hard will go to second on the E6. 10 pitch at bat. He ends up on second base.
Well, this is almost defense. I mean, just trying to stay out of the way. This ball comes up right around his face. Plenty of time. And the glove closed there. You know, every once in a while as an infielder, you're not going to make a perfect throw. And obviously we saw it early in the year with Anthony Rizzo. He seems to pick everything over there, so you kind of got accustomed to it.
Inning extended with the E6. Here's Jace Peterson. 0-1.
It's kind of a short hop. And again, off the heel of the glove, but you know, the glove is not open.
You know, looking at it from a layman's point of view, it almost looks like he was committed to scooping the ball, but if he went out and got the ball, he could have caught it on a fly.
Yeah, one of the most important things to learn at first base is not to move or, you know, try to figure out where it's going before you see the ball. And sometimes you'll see guys stretch out there and then the ball's not there and it puts them in an awkward position. But luckily, he's going to get out of this inning anyway.
Florial makes the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. To make an impact and win big by participating in tonight's 50-50 raffle benefiting the New York Yankees Foundation. Anyone 18 or older watching tonight's broadcast in the state of New York is eligible to purchase tickets online now at www.yankees.com/5050. Raffle sales end at the conclusion of the 6th inning. Half of today's jackpot could be yours as we go to the bottom of the 5th, and Peraza takes the ball 1-0. He reached on an E1 in the 3rd inning, came around to score on Judge's 3-run home run. There's a strike by Fought. When Fought first got called up to AAA last year, he would take notes in the dugout during games. Grounded and past Peterson and down the left field line. Banging around out there as Peraza will stop at second with a leadoff double.
We talk about Arizona catching the baseball. Fewest errors in the major league. This one gets down the line. Gets out front, but kind of reaches for it, but stays level through it and just hooks it down the left field line. Ends up with a double.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Florial, anyway, he would take notes in the dugout during games, but he was hiding what he was doing. He didn't want people to see. Sky to deep left field. Going back, Pham, turning, looking, and it's off the wall. Peraza will score easily. Florial showing power the other way with an RBI double. It's 4-0 Yanks.
A really good piece of hitting from Florial. Pham played it like it was 10 rows back. He gave up on it early. Wasn't going to get to it, but that ball's, kind of spinning away. And he stays with it. He finishes that swing there. That's where he can get his power. Boy, it's fun to see some of these young guys hopefully finish strong. Cabrera swinging the bat better. Peraza, now Florial. It gives you an idea of what these guys could do.
Judge takes up and in 1-0. Fouled away. Judge, a double and a home run. And speaking of the home run, let's take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. 112.4 off the bat, traveled 420 feet. Right against the back wall of the Yankee bullpen. Foul ball, caught by Moreno, 1-2. Driven deep to right center field again. There it goes. See ya. Another home run for Judge. A 2-run shot the other way. And the Yankees lead by a score of 6-0.
Judge is a special player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The things he can do on the baseball field when healthy. Only look back at what if, because he is that important to this team.
Thirty-fourth home run of the year for Judge. He has 5 ribbies on the game.
Went back to that high fastball. Judge had fouled off the pitch before, a little bit higher, didn't quite get it up there. Aaron Judge, another line drive into the bullpen.
6 multi-home run game this season. That's the most in the American League. Remember how many games he's missed? Just amazing. 2-1.
You know, Michael, I don't know who's got more energy, Sean Casey or Al Leiter. If you have a conversation with either of them, you walk away like you're nervous. I mean, they just talk, and it's just they're so excited about what's going on.
Glaber, fly ball right. Carroll's there. Can you imagine when they were on the set at MLB Network together? But Sean's not as much in your personal space as Al.
He's having a good one tonight, though. Look at the scoreboard, 6-0. That'll bring out a smile on the hitting coach.
There's your Led Zeppelin. Did you hear it?
See that? Thought I was lying, too?
Never. I don't think you've ever lied to me. No, look around. There's a pretty good crowd.
It really is. I mean, I know it's Friday night, but still, you're at the end of the year. Last weekend, I mean, you can only applaud the Yankee fans. What, over 3 million people again this year?
0-2 as Wells couldn't hold up. Some action in the bullpen. There's a base hit for Wells. Bobbled by Thomas. Wells going for 2, and he's in there. So a usually reliable center fielder bobbled the ball, probably a single and an E8.
Again, this is, getting out of the box and giving yourself a chance to read the play. A little bobble. If you jog to first base knowing this is a sure single, you don't give yourself an opportunity to stretch it into a double on a misplay. But, at least when you're getting down the line to the point where you see it, you can react to it.
Well, that is going to do it for Font. He departs. Torey Lovullo makes a call to the bullpen. Things in hand for the Yankees are up 6-0. Pinstripe Pride brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture was submitted by Aiden. He and his uncle Adam love making trips to Yankee Stadium together. Look pretty happy right there. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Happy fans as the Yankees are leading 6-0. New pitcher is Slade Ciccone. If I have another kid, I might go with Slade. That's a pretty cool name.
Yes. Slade.
And 1 to Stanton. So the Wells single and then an E8 on Thomas, allowing him to go to second. After I just said that, you just know. Jody sat up on the couch. What?
That's not happening. Inside to Stanton. I was just breaking down his name, Michael, and for some reason it just came to, you said Slade, and then I looked at Ciccone, and I'm like, that's Madonna's real name, right? But it was spelled a little different.
And I think hers was Ciccone.
Ciccone,
yeah.
Okay. Just throwing some facts out there.
I know. And her real first name is Madonna.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you finished the story for me. It made it interesting.
So Ciccone was activated right before the game when Miguel Castro, who's having a pretty good year, was placed on the paternity list by the Diamondbacks. Strike three. Stanton down looking.
Again, I mean, what do you say? I mean, there's no reason to continually go over. I mean, you've got an ex-MVP, one of the guys with the most power in the major leagues, is just in a funk right now.
Bowers with a ground ball to second, and that'll do it. But the Yankees have 6 runs. This man's accounted for 5 of them. A 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. And then the 2-run home run this inning. The bullpen likes it, so does the bench. 6-0 Yanks. And he might be zeroing in, Bob, on an MVP. He's going to have to battle Mookie Betts, but boy, what a season he is having. Perdomo takes outside. I remember when 40-40 was a thing that everybody's trying to do.
Yeah.
And then Mickey Mantle was quoted, if I knew it was such a big deal, I would have done it.
Would have done it every year.
1-1.
What happened there, Michael? Either on the throwback or something, the ball ricocheted. Oh, Perdomo.
Let's see.
Oh,
my.
That happened to me once. Mike Scioscia did that to me one time. I leaned over to tell the umpire was outside, and he threw one and hit me right back of the head. Mind your manners.
You think he did it on purpose?
No.
Lined into center field. It's a base hit. Perdomo is 2 for 2 against Weaver. Why don't we take a little trip around the majors, Paul, see what we see? Padres a little too late. 7-game winning streak. They are 4 games back at the final wild card, so they're certainly not out of it. But what a strange season. Ronald Acuna Jr. just heard about him. First 40-40 season since Soriano in 2006, and the Mariners have 10 games remaining. All of them against the Rangers and the Astros. All those 3 teams within a half game, the top of the West. Carroll takes up and away. Yankees lead 6-0 here in the top of the 6th.
Those 3 teams ought to just go to one city and just play a round robin for a couple of weeks. Huh? I mean, they're playing each other. Look, we got a ball mark on there.
Yeah,
we do.
Two and 1. Check that 2-0. Foul back to the screen, 2-1.
One team in baseball, Michael, have never had a Rookie of the Year. One team. Let me give you a clue. It's about to change this year.
The Diamondbacks.
Yep.
Popped up. Wells tosses away the mask. 1 away. Let's check out FanDuel's live same game parlay. Right now, new customers get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now. Start making every moment more. Now, can I make an observation for you, Paul? I don't believe Wells throws the mask far enough away.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, that's an important thing, because you see most catchers really throw it because obviously you don't want to come back and stumble over it. You know?
Right, watch, he just drops it.
Oh yeah, you got to fire that thing out of the way. If you start backpedaling and the wind takes it, you're going to step right in that mask.
Yep.
You are on your game tonight. You know that? Must be Friday night.
You know what? You got to run through the tape, Paul.
Yeah?
Yeah. Run through the tape. All right. I know I've only got, after this, 2 more games with you this year.
You know, Coney left. I didn't have him sign my notes. You know how you leave high school and you sign each other's yearbooks?
Yeah.
Keep looking to my left. Coney's not here tonight.
I'll have Coney the whole road trip, though.
All right.
I'll have him text you a note. How about that?
I'm gonna sit and watch and just text you.
All right.
Critique you.
I'll take it. There's a base hit to right field off the bat of Marte. Perdomo will stop at second. So first and second, 1 man out for Arizona.
I think Aaron Boone has realized Weaver has done a great job, and he might be getting towards the end of his leash. Bullpen is up.
Good job by Weaver. Gives the ball to the manager. We'll get a nice hand from the crowd. Brito will come in to face Pham. First and second, 1 out. Yankees up 6-0. It's time for the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today. It's Luke Weaver.
Yeah, his second start with the Yankees, and it was a good one. I mean, he's gone to that cutter. He went to his fastball. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of pop-ups. Obviously, when you leave the game, 5.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, no walks. That's the key. Good solid outing by Luke Weaver.
So now they turn it over to the bullpen. Johnny Brito. His 23rd game. He's made 13 starts. Last 6 games, Brito 4-1 with a 1.06. He has pitched great and really has pitched well out of the pen. Yankees up 6-0. We're in the 6th. First and second, 1 man out. Here's Tommy Pham. 0 for 2 against Weaver. Fly ball. Shallow right. Judge is there and makes the play. Let's take a look at the arsenal that Brito's bringing to the party on StatCast 3D, brought to us by Google Cloud.
Well, you just saw that fastball, and he throws a lot of it. He's got a great changeup and a curveball. I mean, he's got good stuff. He and Randy Vasquez have really opened the eyes, I think, of this organization, both of them, throwing the ball well.
So here's Walker, 0 for 2. Walker hit a screaming line drive down the line in the second, but caught by Peraza. Then a fly ball to Cabrera in the 4th. Let's take a look at the league leaders, brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. Outs above average, so that's a defensive stat. And since 2019 for first baseman, he's the best by so much.
Wow.
45 outs above average. Rizzo and Goldschmidt are second with 13. Grounded slowly to third. Peraza, bare hands, fires, got him.
Nice play.
So Brito comes on and does the job. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. The only way he could have made that play was the way he just made it. Nice stretch by Bowers. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the Amtrak Guest Rewards Preferred MasterCard. Say hello to bonus points. Learn more at Amtrak.com/apply. By Northwell, raising help for more people in New York than anyone. And by FanDuel, make every moment more. You know what would be amazing, Paul? Yeah. After the game, we walk across the street. You say, hey, can I have a swing? People's jaws would drop.
Until I swung. And then you realize that old fella can't hit anymore. That's not the field we shot that commercial in, is it?
No.
Okay. I know it's close over there, but you remember that Yes commercial?
Mm-hmm. Long time ago.
Yeah.
Well, that field was across the street from the old stadium. Yeah, that's not it. That's the old stadium.
Oh my goodness.
That's kind of, I think that's right field.
Is that little worn out patch of grass still in right field?
Oh yeah. I think this stadium might be where we shot that commercial, where the stadium stands now.
I still remember Bob Lorenz was mad. Didn't he strike out and kick the water cooler or something? Jim Cott was doing backflips. I mean, that was a great commercial.
And do you also realize that David Justice, right, came into home plate and knocked over a catcher, and that catcher was a young kid by the name of Ryan Rucco.
No.
Yeah, and he just completely plowed over him.
Was he supposed to? I don't know.
Yeah, it was, but he wasn't supposed to hit him that hard.
You know, as big a Yankee fan as Ryan Rucco is, he probably thought that was the greatest day of his life.
Oh, he loved it.
Paul, I could attest, Ryan, we were in college together at the same time. He would not stop talking about that for days.
See, I thought he thought it was cool.
You know, it was strange, though, Paul, because Ryan kept telling the director, I think we should do it again. Yeah, he wanted over and over. Here's Peraza. If you remember, the key line in the commercial was Bobby hit a home run, and he just looks in the camera and goes, Mercerized. I mean, it's almost another life ago.
I know. I don't know why I saw that field. It just brought it back. And again, you just think about it. We've been doing this a long time. You know that?
22 years.
Ooh.
Let's keep it going. What do you think?
You know what? I'm in.
Swing and a miss. Ciccone retires the Yankees in order. We're going to go to the 7th. 6-0 Yanks.
Deep to right. Weintraub back. On the track. At the wall. See ya!
Mercerized. Knock it off, Lyda.
What do you mean, knock it off? She's crowding the plate. See ya!
He really mercerized that one. Stay fair.
This one is gone.
Hey, Bob, take it easy, man. It's just a game.
Fly ball to left. Cabrera puts it away to retire Thomas. There's more.
I like that.
That's great.
Way down in the archives. You know when it doesn't even fill the screen out, it's old, right?
Yes, no HD. So Ryan Rucco was actually an intern for Yes then, and we needed a catcher, and David Justice really laid into him.
Smoked him.
Now Ryan's a big star. Watch this. Look. From the view of Ryan.
Wow.
Wow. That's where this stadium is right now. That's where that was shot. Fly ball down the right field line. Judge giving chase, and it's in the seats. I tell you what, I watched that, and I really miss Bobby.
Yes, yes. I mean, we bring up his name every once in a while, and you get that feeling, you know, that it just, you miss him.
He's just a good man. Fly ball. Florial is there. 2 down. Wasn't a bad swing by me, right?
Looked good. Didn't even need to break it down. You went deep.
I did, yep. I mercerized it. Pitch is high.
Oh, you're dragging the bat a little bit, though, but you caught up at the end. That's all right.
Very quick bat.
I hope Charlie and Callie are watching. See their dad go deep there.
1-1. Ooh, Moreno gets plunked by Brito. Runner on first base with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
You see that ball just going sideways. Nothing you can do as a hitter. Once it leaves the pitcher's hand, you're getting hit.
Ground ball, second base. Torres there. Retires Peterson, and that'll do it here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead the Diamondbacks 6-0, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and remove your caps and direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest, United States Army Specialist Dean Pavlou from East Elmhurst, New York, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
From the mountain
All right, thanks, guys. 6-8-1 for the Yanks, 0-4-2 for the Diamondbacks. Offense for the Diamondbacks, not much. 0-for-3 with runners in scoring position. 5 left on base. Weaver pitched well, and Jack told you about Aaron Judge, 3-for-3, a double, 2 home runs. Florial leads off. Jake McCarthy takes over in right, and you saw Carroll moves from right to left. Pham is out of the game. Florial leads off. And that ball drops, and it's a fair ball. As Florial going to third, no one's covering. Now there's the catcher Moreno, who gets the throw to get Florial.
You know what? From his point of view, he saw nobody at third base. Moreno really picked up on it. But yes, that is a fair ball. It was hit his glove in fair territory. And all of a sudden, all the time in the world, a heads-up play from Moreno from the catcher's position to get down to third base, realize that nobody was there. But right when you round third base, you don't look at the catcher. You look at third base, nobody's there. You just think you can beat the pitcher.
So that's going to bring up Judge. Judge has 2 home runs tonight. It's his 6th multi-home run game this year. And the great Sarah Langs of ESPN came up with this stat, which is just amazing. The pitch to Judge. It's the 4th season Judge had at least 6 multi-home run games. That's tied for the most such seasons in Major League history.
Wow.
Jimmy Fox, Babe Ruth, David Ortiz, and Mark McGwire.
You know, that's pretty impressive at this point in his career.
Can they get 3? Now, if you keep the score at home, it's a double for Florial. He's out stretching 5-2. So Florial with a couple of doubles tonight. Fly ball, deep right. He's done it again. A 3-run home run night. Amazing performance by Judge. 6 ribbies, 3 home runs, 7-0 Yanks.
Well, Michael, I guess that answers your question. Can he do it again? He didn't take long. You know, he came into the game with 32. He's making 33, 34, and 35. Aaron Judge, you could hit.
3 homers, 6 ribbies. He's had himself a weekend on a Friday night. Multiple 3-home run games this season. First Yankee all time to do that. The crowd wants to love him. Pretty cool.
You know what? I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, here you are, the last weekend of the series of the season. Wow, what a play!
McCarthy with a nice play, take a hit away from Torres.
Last weekend of the season, and this is what you see. Aaron Judge, his 3rd of the night. Michael, when you come to Yankee Stadium as a fan, you know, you think, man, I hope the Yankees win. But then you also say, you know what, I hope Aaron Judge has one of those nights, huh? You picked a good one tonight.
Well, he also knows tomorrow's his bobblehead, so he just wants
to
do something special the night before.
I mean, when he gets in a groove, I mean, his swing, they all look the same. And when you can repeat something over and over again, you give yourself such a good chance of doing good things.
0-2 on Wells. Yankees need to do a little bit more hitting, Paul, so he gets another at bat.
Why not? Huh?
Yep. So there's 2 outs. So they'd have to do a lot of hitting to get back around to him, because it doesn't seem like there'll be a bottom of the 9th inning. One and 2. There's a shortstop, Perdomo, and that'll do it. Now the Yankees are winning 7-0. 6 of the runs driven in by that man. A 3-run shot in the 3rd. In the 5th, a 2-run shot. And here in the 7th, he goes the other way into the 2nd deck, a solo shot. What a night for Aaron Judge. Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees lead 7-0. Brito deals up and away. Aaron Judge hits him into the stands and then throws him into the judges' chambers, making friends all around.
Made a friend for life right there. You see the excitement of that?
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at the American League home run leaderboard. Shohei Ohtani leads with 44. He played 135 games.
Mm-hmm.
Luis Robert of the White Sox, 37. He's played in 143. Then Judge is tied with Adolis Garcia, who has 35. He's done in 138 games. Judge has 35 home runs in 100 games.
Yeah, he's at a different level. I mean, the last couple of years, it's just his talent is something that, you don't see. And again, I think that everybody, the first time you see Aaron Judge face to face, you can't believe the size. And, to see somebody that big and that athletic, he makes it look easy at times.
There's talk about, and Aaron Boone has brought this up, or had been questioned about it a lot recently. Are you going to shut him down if the Yankees get eliminated? The tragic number's 3. And he said, we'll talk about it. I don't see why you would shut it down, especially he's not hurting himself further by playing. He's producing. He obviously loves to play baseball. Why would you shut him down?
Yeah, I mean, he is a name and face of baseball. And, if you go to the ballpark and Aaron Judge is not in the lineup and you're going to see a Yankee game, you got to admit, Michael, you're extremely disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I can be assured, if I'm the Yankees, he's not risking hurting that toe more. It's not impacting him. He's playing great baseball, so why wouldn't you let him play?
It's funny because we noticed early in the game when he went for that double. I mean, he's moving really well, and you're not seeing a limp. I think it affected him more, trying to plant that back foot in the box at times to drive the ball than it did run.
Must be awfully fun to be that good at something. Fly ball. Left center. Florial's there to make the play. Well, come out to Yankee Stadium tomorrow and celebrate last season's historic home run chase. The first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive an Aaron Judge number 62 bobblehead, the second of a 2-part collectible set, courtesy of TikTok. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. The bobblehead has an interlocking base that will match up with the Roger Maris number 61 bobblehead that was given out last month.
Now look at this read, Michael. I'm going to tell you a story. Look at this read. What do you see here, right?
It says tomorrow.
No, it's the whiteout.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's been whiteout. You know the history behind that? I just read an article the other day. It happened in the 1950s.
Right.
lady had to support her family, and she couldn't do anything else, so she took a job as typing. But she wasn't a good typer. So she had to figure out a way to correct her mistakes. And that's where whiteout came in. Because you could type over it and you didn't see it.
Now, I don't want to be Tommy Topper, but I'm gonna top that.
Let's go.
The woman you're talking about,
yeah,
was the mother of Mike Nesmith of the Monkees.
Give me a high five.
There you go.
That is awesome. He's the one who wore the hat, right?
Yep, he wore the little beanie. Strike 3. Marte down looking. The things we learn on a Friday night. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Mobile coverage cam. We decided to put it on Judge today.
Why not? There's number 1. There's number 2. Don't go anywhere. We got another one. Yep, that's number 3.
Stanton pops one up on the right side to start the bottom of the 8th. Walker gives it a look, but it makes the seats out of play. Giancarlo 0 for 3 tonight, couple of strikeouts. 1-1. Yankees trying to pick up their 78th win. He was on that one, fouled it straight back. That's usually a good sign.
Yeah, it's funny you say that, Michael. I was just going to say that's the best swing he's taken all night. And there was a little bit more balance. You saw the bat head get out in front instead of the body beating the bat.
Two and two. Hit sharply and a base hit past a diving Perdomo. So Stanton picks up a leadoff single here in the 8th. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. And by Ford, the official SUV of the Yankees. Ciccone is going to hand the ball to Torey Lovullo. Lovullo will go to Mantiply to try to get the final couple of outs here in the 8th inning. Yankees lead this one 7-0. Well, tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Wandy Peralta placed on the 15-day IL with a left tricep strain. 2.82 ERA in 3 seasons with the Yankees, 12th best among American League relievers. He's been a rock since that trade from the Giants, and he's a free agent at the end of the year. And you wonder, has he thrown his last pitch for the Yankees? Great guy, great pitcher, really, really effective. So we'll see, and hope that he's okay with that issue. So Joe Mantiply will come on, his 33rd game. And he's going to face Jake Bauers with a runner on first. And nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Foul back. So what do we know about Wandy Peralta, Justin?
Well, he hadn't pitched in over a week, and he actually threw a session a couple of days ago, and he said all went well. He went fine, but the Yankees kind of asked themselves, hey, are we going to try and push Wandy here? Is this the best thing for Peralta to be pushing through at this moment? And obviously the answer was no. They shut him down. And I asked Aaron Boone what kind of void it would be for this Yankee bullpen if Wandy Peralta doesn't return next season. Like you mentioned, he's set to hit free agency. And Boone time and again mentions the word leadership when talking about Wandy Peralta. He really carved out a leadership role in that relief corps.
Yeah, he's been very important for the Yankees, and he serves many roles and very high leverage roles as well. Here's Volpe. Grounded foul. And the Yankees got him for Mike Tauchman. It was a pretty good trade.
You know, you're looking back at what he's been to that bullpen. I mean, the guts that he has in big situations, the time, you know, you can use him against tough lefties. You can use him to close. You can use him for anything. And he's just good. He's been really, really good. I cannot see him not being in a Yankee uniform for what he's done for this organization.
Two and one on Volpe. Volpe 1 for 3. Stan leads off first. The 3-1 from Mantiply. Foul back. Mantiply made his first All-Star team last year, 2.85 ERA in 69 games. This year he missed almost 2 months in the first half with left shoulder inflammation, then a right hamstring strain. He has a 5.09 ERA for the season. He's 32 years old, 6th big league year. And that's a walk to Volpe. And Mantiply is a former Yankee, too. Pitched 1 game. August 12, 2019. This October, Brooklyn Nets basketball is back on Yes as breakout star Mikal Bridges leads a fresh new squad into a fun new season. Coverage begins with Nets Media Day Live on October 2nd, followed by the first preseason game on October 9th. Then don't miss opening night, October 25th from Barclays Center, only on Yes and the Yes app. Cabrera, high fly ball to right field. McCarthy will make the play. 2 down. Need the next 2 batters to get on, Paul, to get Judge 1 more swing at a 4 home run night.
I'm rooting. I'd like to see just a chance. You know, it seems locked in. Somewhat, right? Only 3 home runs so far.
Well, he's getting ready. New piece of gum. That one's in the hole. Throw to third. Not in time. It's a base hit for Peraza, and the bases are loaded.
Did you hear the crowd noise?
Yep.
Right there. They know what's going on. They want to see Aaron Judge get a shot at number 4.
Look, Stanton got in there ahead of the throw. Now it leaves it up to Florial to somehow get on base and keep this alive. There's been only 1 4-home run game in Yankee history. That's by the great Lou Gehrig, June 3rd, 1932, at Philadelphia against the Athletics. There have been 18 4-home run games in Major League history. The last one by J.D. Martinez when he was with Arizona in 2017. Just 18. Obviously tougher to do than a perfect game. But 4 outs down on the count, 0-2. And the pitch. 1-2. Florial struck out twice, but 2 doubles as well. An RBI and a run scored. High fly ball, right field. McCarthy toward the line, still coming, and he makes the play, and the 4-home run quest likely ends on the on-deck circle. Now it's time for the defensive plays of the game.
Well, let's go to the hot corner. Peraza, first line drive, second line drive, and then a barehanded scoop right here. Like a great play. Good night for him over at third base. That's your defensive plays of the game.
You know, we talked about the quest for 4 home runs. There were other things on the line there. The most total bases by a Yankee in a game, the record is 16 by Lou Gehrig. That 4-home run game in 32. Judge has 3 home runs and a double. Tony Lazzari had 15 total bases, 3 home runs and a triple in 36. Aaron Judge is tied with Joe DiMaggio, also Lou Gehrig, and Curtis Granderson with 14 total bases in one game. Here's Jake McCarthy to lead it off against Brito. Brito can pick up a save.
Hey, he's been good. I don't know if he's been as good as that guy, but he's been good. Michael, I had an IPA all ready for us.
Do you?
Beer came out today, my beer. I'm so proud of it. I had it all ready for the 4th home run. We didn't get to it.
What's the name of the beer?
Warrior 21. It's the best.
Wow. How do we get it? Where do we get it? When do we get
it? On Instagram. They put it out there tonight. It's a cool thing. Believe me, I was never a beer drinker. But all of a sudden I fell in love with an IPA. It's been a fun project.
Popped up. Peraza makes the play. Hey fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame and get analysis from the studio and player reaction from the clubhouse, plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Yes app. So here's Walker.
College football, Pittsburgh, sir. You know, the Buckeyes, I think they play Notre Dame tomorrow.
Yes, they do. Drilled deep to left field. There it goes. See ya. Into the second deck for Walker. And the Diamondbacks have a run.
We went over him in our scouting report, and the power he's put up. 31st home run of the year. 95 RBIs now. Trying to push to 100 here with that week left. He's had quite a year for the D-backs.
I told you it's a great story. Late start to his career. It was blocked by Goldschmidt. When they traded Goldschmidt, it opened the doors for him, and he stormed in. Alec Thomas takes a strike from Brito. Well, Toronto has beaten Tampa Bay as Toronto's trying to close in on a wild card. Yankees with a win tonight keep their slim hopes alive. Slow ground ball to Bowers. Steps on the bag to get Thomas. And Arizona down to its final out. And here's Gurriel Jr. One and 0. Good start by Weaver. Good relief pitching by Brito, but the story of this game is that young man in right field, Aaron Judge. 3 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Just a magical Friday night here in the Bronx. He has 35 home runs, so he has 97 home runs over the last 2 years. That's pretty good, right?
You know, it's just amazing because you keep saying, you know, what if without the injury, because he was playing his best baseball when he got hurt.
Swing and a miss, and that'll do it as the Yankees win 7-1. And Aaron Judge with 3 home runs in a game for the second time this year. And he becomes the first Yankee player in their illustrious history to ever do that.
A fun night in the Bronx, no doubt about it. And number 99 was a big part of it. But a lot of other stories. Good pitching. But, you know, you just fall in love with this guy because he just does things that other people don't.
The captain of the Yankees, well, he led the ship tonight. The Yankees win the first game of this 3-game set, 7-1. 6 of those runs because of Aaron Judge.